Taiwan president to pledge defense of sovereignty, democracy.
Here's a summary of the article.
Taipei, October 9. Taiwan President Tsai Ing-wen will pledge to defend the island's sovereignty and democracy in a major speech on Sunday, saying it faces challenges more complex and severe than ever, at a time when tensions with China have risen. Democratic Taiwan, claimed by China as its own territory, has come under increasing military and political pressure from Beijing, which included this month 4 straight days of mass incursions by China's Air Force into Taiwan's Air Defense Identification Zone. According to an outline of her National Day speech on Sunday, as described to Reuters by a source briefed on its contents, Tsai will say Taiwan is at the front lines of defending democracy and faces unprecedented, complicated and severe challenges. Tsai will reiterate Taiwan's full determination to defend itself and maintain regional peace and stability, and also stress Taiwan will not advance rashly. Speaking earlier on Saturday in Beijing, Chinese President Xi Jinping vowed to realize peaceful reunification with Taiwan and did not directly mention the use of force after the week of tensions with the island that sparked international concern. Taiwan reacted angrily to the speech, saying only Taiwan's people have the right to decide their own future, and decrying China's coercive tactics. Tsai says Taiwan is an independent country called the Republic of China, its formal name.
This post received a score of 24,000, with an upvote ratio of 93%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
TSMC be like, you want chip shortages until 2030.
Insert Lisa Su sad face. A conflict would distract from Evergrande and its imminent collapse.
So how is Evergrande doing? I've been hearing about its imminent collapse last month. Has anything happened yet?
We'll see when China reopens the markets on Monday. It's going to default on some of its loans, and China is obviously going to prioritize domestic debts first. So we'll find out soon enough.
I mean, what else is she going to say? That they're going to roll over and capitulate to China's economic and regional military hegemony?
The point is even saying something is dangerous. The previous party, the KMT, would never overtly say these things.
While I am inclined to agree, as far as I know the KMT has historically been more pro-China than the DPP is. Considering how DPP has won 2 elections in a row, I would wager that the government is representing the Taiwanese point of view on foreign relations with China. That being said, while the government is more anti-China than previous Taiwanese administrations, it's probably still more of the status quo but with saber rattling. The number of people who want reunification is dwindling, and while there's more vocal calls for independence, when it really comes down to it the status quo is favorable over economic and military hardship.
It is complicated. On the one hand, I want to agree because obviously the status quo is better than war, but on the other hand, Tsai is a very tough and calculated leader and she definitely wants more international recognition and a place for Taiwan in international bodies, which for China is not the status quo. However, I think if you ask Taiwanese people if war was worth having your flag in the Olympics, they would agree status quo is better.
Additionally, a lot of Taiwanese business is conducted with China. Roughly 30% of its exports are tied to China. It may be difficult to diversify trade exports when other trade partners are further away and do not import the same quantity as China. War won't come no matter what Tsai and Xi says and postures. I will remain convinced of it until China begins shelling the island and have the naval capacity to compete with the U.S. Pacific Fleet.
I hope you are right about war never happening. Have a nice day, bud.
China is a good 4 to 5 years away from being able to overwhelm Taiwan by force. It's not like Taiwan has been sitting on its ass for the last 70 or so years. What I'm curious about is how China responds to Evergrande. Its collapse will hurt a lot of people. If things go sideways, I could see an authoritarian regime using a conflict to boost its internal economy and distract the populace.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.